that helps. Okay, so over here, go to the channel. And you click on the live, and then you have
It's still not showing. It's dark. Are you sure you wouldn't have to restart your system?
yeah, maybe that might help to just start everything. It'll take a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, you need to because your screen is not showing and it freezes up.
Can you see the notes?
Nope. I
Yes, I can see the notes.
not on
I
the
mean, as long as you
screen,
can,
but not your screen.
Not on the screen.
I mean, as long as you
But
can
we
Just
have.
see the notes,
on the link. On
as
the
long as you can see the
link.
notes, we're fine. I don't think you really need
Okay.
to see my screen. Do you?
Okay.
Yeah, we can see your screen. Okay.
Anyways, if you go to the notes, I can link the location where videos are for my streaming, which I'll put on line 5. Okay. So line 5 in the setup tab has the location where the has to go. I feel like it should be there already.
Yeah, recording video and audio.
Right here now it's working. So if I click on share, I can copy the link and then I can put that in the actual
Time for
link.
breath. Please
Okay.
stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So it's unfortunate that the video is not working, but whatever. All right. So anyways, let's get the agreement on our topic so we can get focused on it. So from what I've heard, we either want to do one of these RTVA goals or some multimedia. My biggest concern on RTVA is we spent like an hour or two
But
doing RTVA training the other day, and it wasn't
We're also
particularly.
losing Jay. Sorry, we're also
there
losing your audio. It goes in and
there's
out.
noise at the background. I don't know what it is.
It
You have
muffles.
noise at the
It might help if you guys mute.
Okay. Okay.
Muting. Nemo, do you want to mute? How's that? Can you hear me better now? You guys are
Much
muted?
better.
Yeah, so it's
Much
probably
better.
just the echoes from everybody having their background noise and the echoes and things like that. How about you, Nemo? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, it's better now. Let's.
So just it's good to mute whenever you're not speaking so that it doesn't like echo and go through and things like that. All right, so let's get focused on our topic. So either we have RTVA training, RTVA plan, RTVA coordination. The main concern I have with RTVA training is we can spend hours and hours and hours doing RTVA training and never actually like do RTVA, right? So we've already spent a few hours on RTVA training. For me, the focus should be on the coordination and the organizing of the RTVA work and making sure we have the recordings and the trainings and the information for everybody to be able to learn. I mean, we have dozens of recordings already. We could make more recordings, but the point is that to just randomly do RTVA training without coordinating it, it just is for me is a waste of time just because, do we do 5 trainings? Do we do 10 trainings? Do we spend 10 hours on it, 3 hours on it, 5 hours? Like, let's like actually make a plan so that we're efficient and effective with our time. Also, whether we're coordinating or doing training on RTVA, the plan itself is the only thing that's going to get us off the pay stops. because we can do endless coordination
Time
and
to
endless
pause.
training and still
Please
be able to
stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
And then multimedia over quick status and next steps, we could review how we want to move forward. And then there's silent work. So I mean, whatever you all want to work on, just decide, and we can get started on it for like 12 to 24 minutes. We're about to go into a break here pretty soon, like 2 minutes. All right, so you guys do need to unmute when you're gonna speak.
Yeah. So we want to work on. Why I had said the RTVA training first was for Gloria, because she said she wanted it. But I'm interested in external income generation coordination. So, but if we can do the RTV training just for few minutes for her before we do the external income generation, and then we go into other things. Multimedia, yeah. After the multimedia, so RTV training, then external income generation, multimedia, because I believe external income generation will fall. Okay, in multimedia will include multimedia, but it's just that it's internal.
Okay, so why don't we do?
Uh,
We want to do a quick
uh,
6-12 minutes, answer some questions for our TPA, and then hopefully be able to move on. Does that sound good?
Yes, yes, that's good. So Gloria, you
okay.
can ask every question that you.
Okay. Okay. I'm fine with no, I'm not listening. Okay. Thank you for muting. I'm fine with RTBA plan and coordination. Since we have recordings on the training, and you've mentioned that it's quite a lot, so you can just give us the link to the recordings, and while we go through it, then we'll move over to our TVA plan and coordination, and along the line we can just chip in the um, uh, vital informations that we need, and then we can move on to um, the multimedia and then um, external income generation.
Okay, so we need to take a break. But right now we just need to get focused on one topic at a time. So, you know, we have a lot of recordings that they're not organized, right? We're not organizing, we're not coordinating, there hasn't been any deputy until now. It's the first time we've had a deputy that actually wants to do something, and they haven't done much yet. So, yeah. So we can try to find the recordings from before. I mean, I don't know if we ever organized it, So anyways, why don't we take a break? We can get focused on some of these questions, including seeing if we can find some, links to previous recordings, and then just go from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so let's
Yep.
take a break for 5 minutes, and then we come back. We can focus on the RTVA questions. Hopefully it could be very quick, and then we can move on to the external income generation coordination, and just kind of do a review of our priorities and get focused on some work, decide what we want to work on, right?
Sure.
All right, 5-minute break, 4-minute break.
End of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
All right, we ready?
Yes, here.
So the goal
Yeah, we're
is
ready.
the goal is to focus on RTBA questions. So let's just here. It's always good if people can do the tabs and the notes. Topic 1, RTBA question. So let's just start with any questions that you may have, Gloria.
Okay. I know I know that for RTVA work hours, we're expected to remind to know first of all know the schedules, who is scheduled for what and at what time. So we are to remind them before
No,
time.
no. No.
Okay,
Your job as an RTVA shift is to know your own schedule for your RTVA shift.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So my question will now be during my RTVA shifts, what am I expected to do?
Well, the first thing is they're going to do your setup and your preparation. Have you gotten and the preparation happens the day before. So have you signed up for a shift?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So you'd want to communicate about that. And then in terms of the preparation, do you have the responsibility training and the process training?
Okay. I've not had the process training.
You said you do or you don't? Hello, Gloria?
Yeah,
So you said you do or you do not have
sorry.
the process?
No, I've not had the process training.
Okay.
I
So, I
just
mean, for me,
scheduled for, I just scheduled and I've not had any training at all.
okay, cool. So, I mean, for me, this would be like the very top priority for the deputy is to make sure everybody has.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
As I was saying that for the deputy, that you want to make sure that everybody has the link to the process training and that we are, getting our TVA organized, and the work organizing spreadsheet, right, with all of the details for RTVA, right? Does that make sense,
Yeah, yeah.
Nainmo?
Yes, it does. Please,
So can you,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna see if you could do that, if you can send the link to Gloria for the process. Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
I'm looking for
So you don't have to do it right
process
the second.
training.
No,
You
no,
can't.
Yes, I can hear you.
I think you have a background noise.
Oh, yeah, that's my fan.
Oh,
Just blowing every once in a while. But anyways, the question, Nemo, is if you're able to send Gloria the process training, if that's something that you can do or not.
okay.
Yes, I'm looking for it to send to her now.
Okay, so then from there, we want to get everything organized. So we would try to find, oh, and let's also make sure we're tracking our time. Probably like, do we think we have
Yeah.
6 minutes left? Oh no, we're bad on time. It's not good. Okay, so we also want to see if we can find the link, find the link to the previous RTVA session with training. And then we also have a video for the recording of the previous training. So this would all be helpful as well.
Yeah.
So it looks like this was from yesterday.
Yes, this is from yesterday.
See if there's
Time
any
for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
It says there was a buddy team for, no, this was today. It's so confusing. So right now it says Contentious session. I don't know, maybe it was this one. It's hard to say. I mean, it doesn't look like these are particularly organized as far as the notes, but I don't know. We'd have to look through the recording and see whether it's the right one. Well, this is why it's important to get recordings organized, everything right at the beginning. Otherwise, it's hard to find anything later.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Okay,
Um,
so
I
were you able to find the process training memo or not?
yeah, he already sent a link.
He sent the
Um,
link to you.
he sent a link on RTVA communications responsibility training spreadsheet
Where is it?
at the chat
Is in
room
the
chats.
yeah
Check the chats.
Okay,
the
so can we
chat.
get that into our notes? Can we get it into the notes, please?
Okay.
Yeah, we always want to put everything in the notes. If you can't do that, then I can copy and paste it in the notes for you. But we always want to have everything in the notes.
Yeah, I want to do that now.
What?
I want to do that now.
Yeah. If we do that,
Hmm.
so I'm most concerned about the RTBA coordination. I feel like maybe what we need is like an RTBA folder or something.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, so let me know when you got those links done, then we can move on. I think we're pretty
Yeah,
much out of time on this.
I put the two links. I put them in the notes.
So Gloria, do you have any other questions?
No, none for now. I'll just have to take some time and go through the um, notes and the
And as
links.
far as the most important steps for you, right, is the self-driven responsibilities and tasks, right? So that is definitely the number one priority. And
Okay.
the easiest way to achieve that is to have, training tasks and responsibilities, because that is much easier to do than learning actual work, right? But you do need to have
Okay.
self-driven responsibilities when you come to an executive session, right?
Okay.
So if you get that done, everything else for RTDA should be pretty simple. And you just want to check in, obviously, minimally the day before, if not earlier, on your RTDA preparation. All right, so
Okay.
let's go to the next topic, shall we?
Yeah.
Any other,
Sure.
any other questions?
No questions.
All right. So our next proposed topic is the external income generation coordination. So I don't know if we want to just jump right into that or if we want to.
Yes, please, let's do
We
that.
can let's go ahead, please. Let's go ahead.
All right, so we have agreement on the topic. So does anyone want to create the tab, or should I
Yeah.
create the tab?
Let me create the tab.
Okay. You just push the little plus button over on the left side. Do you see that?
Have you done that?
All right, cool. So we have the tab here, and then you just want
Time
to
to
change the
stretch.
title of the tab.
Please stop,
Oh, we're gonna
stand
stretch.
up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Oh. So I just want to start with a little work organizing training. For every responsibility and process, we have a process training or responsibility training, right? And then we create what's called a work organizing spreadsheet, right? So you're always going to have, typically for all work, you're going to have a minimum of 3 spreadsheets. You have the process training or responsibility training spreadsheet link, right? So you know how to do the work, right? So this is how to do the work. Then you have your work organizing spreadsheet, right? Where you actually organize your work, right? Does that make sense? And then
Yeah.
you actually have the actual output or the deliverable spreadsheet, right? So you have the actual spreadsheet of the final work that is completed. Okay, so you always have 3 spreadsheets, and they're separated by how to do the work. So this is like the training, the organizing of the work, and then the final work that is completed. So for the client coordination, unlike the RT, so RTVA is still pretty disorganized right now. I mean, we are getting started. We have process training, but we don't really have work organizing for RTVA yet.
No. So, Jay, sorry, I think we've not checked in time. Like, we've not done time for this particular one.
Yeah.
And what you're
Oh,
writing is
we
not.
said 12 minutes. Yeah, let's do 12 minutes there. Okay, good. We did the time. Thank you for
What,
reminding me.
yeah,
Or
what you're
remind
typing is up. Okay, what you're typing is also not showing up. I don't know why.
can't see it.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Let me try refreshing here. It looks like it's fine for me.
Oh, it's out now.
Working?
It's here. Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, it's working.
All right, so here we have the client coordination work organizing spreadsheet. All right, so that's on line 12. So this is where we like index information, we do our notes and everything. So the first thing that I would do, because I'm actually trying to organize the information, is I would actually link our session notes for today into our session notes so that we're always keeping track of every single session that we work on a particular priority. That makes sense? So anytime we're working on client coordination, I would want to link the notes here so that it's easy to find. All right.
Yeah.
So here we have our actual client priorities listed and organized based on the pay stop. And then we have our external income generation as its own separate tab. So really, I mean, any of these external income priorities are all important to work on. I'll just copy and paste the list, right? So I wanted to make sure you understood client work organizing because it's very important. In some ways, it comes before training because if you want to do training, you need to organize your training as well, right? So the client work coordination, work organizing spreadsheet is very, very important, or just any sort of work organizing spreadsheet. So here's our income priorities. External income priorities, we have grants, fundraising, executive fundraising, team fundraising, client outreach and sales, client multimedia, and internal multimedia. All right, so internal multimedia is the multimedia for our own team, whereas client multimedia is multimedia for the client work, right? So we have a lot
Time
of
for breath.
details.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So we have a lot of details on each one of these for exactly what needs to be done to be moved forward on the work. And we can certainly get into more details, but it's easier to go through one at a time. And so the main thing is making sure you understand what the external income generation is, and then prioritizing it so that we can get focused and work on one at a time. Okay. So the type of work like VA work means mainly that, you know, for the grants and the executive fundraising, these are mainly things that I am working on. And it's just easiest if I just work on it and at least get, for example, the first draft going and get it started. And then more people can get involved later. So that will be much easier, but it's still possible to go through it and get involved. Whereas all these other ones for the team fundraising, client outreach and sales and multimedia is all normal. It's just like normal work. Do you understand the difference between normal work and VA work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glorious, the sound still disturbing?
Oh,
What sounds disturbing?
it's,
No,
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
still disturbing now.
okay, just when it turns to my side, okay? It's rotating, so when it rotates to my side.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can hear like the fan turn. Okay, so what do you guys? So this is basically all we really wanted to go over, is just like a quick um, review of the priorities and then decide what we want to focus on. So moving forward from here, the question is, do you understand what all the external income priorities are? And then are there anything specific that you want to work on? Because you can't work on external income generation in and of itself. We actually have to work on the grants, so the fundraising or the client outreach or the multimedia, right? We have to actually choose something. Or we can do silent work and we can focus on the work
Sorry,
that I'm.
sorry, I was saying let's do the multimedia clients.
Clients.
So you said you want to focus on
And
multimedia?
yeah, for
Clients,
client
yes.
and client
Time to
outreach.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So, I mean, in the priorities, what I noted here was that, oops, let's see here. The client outreach and sales is doable, especially if we focus on SVG. But it does help with the multimedia, because if we have the multimedia set up, it'll better support our client outreach and sales.
Okay.
Right.
How can we help set up the multimedia?
Well, we need to get focused on it. So I would say that would be our next topic, right? We finish reviewing
Okay.
the priorities and then decide on what we want to focus on. And my understanding is the priorities and interest is on multimedia and possibly client outreach. Yeah, eventually. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Right. So I would say that, for our next topics, we either would focus on client sales or multimedia. I'm fine with either one, but we should definitely stay focused. Yeah? So do we want to just go into the multimedia?
yes.
Yes.
Let's go on with it.
Okay, so this will be topic 3. We'll be going into multimedia. I think what we want to do here is we want to have some clarity on relationship between internal and client multimedia, right? And then obviously our goals and next steps, right?
Yes.
Where are
Okay.
you typing on? Because it's not showing me.
Back to our focus and topics.
Okay.
So do we have agreement on topic 3?
Yes.
Does somebody want to create the tab?
Let me try and create this time. So multimedia, right?
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say. And take a break for 6 minutes.
All right, so we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we can get started on our multimedia, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's 4 o'clock. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay. So overall multimedia is basically our websites, our portals, other sites, social media. And then there's the difference, obviously, between the client sites, right? So client versus internal is our own team, right? So are there any questions on like what is multimedia, understanding what we're trying to accomplish?
No.
No question. No question. It's clear.
Yeah, so our goal is to, our public image, our interacting with the public. So client multimedia, there really is just, FQB, which is the primary overall brand, we can call it. It's like our brand. And then you have SVG, which is the social value group, which does our client outreach and sales. Okay. So this one we have like there's no website yet, nothing completed. I would say with SVG it's like 60% completed. So if we focus on SVG, we would need to do like a little work on the website, create an ad or ad campaign. Could even do like a video if we wanted, and then basically follow up with potential clients. We would need to decide where to do advertising, right? And we might need to set up some social media accounts, right? Depending on how we wanted to.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So any questions on the client multimedia? And I can
No
also link
question yet. None yet.
So this is our website currently. It certainly needs some work, but I mean, we might be able to use it to at least initiate engagement with potential clients, because that's like, we could endlessly try to make the website better, but maybe we should just try to do some client outreach. So for our internal multimedia, the primary goal, the primary goal with the client multimedia is very simple. It's basically just like, just direct client sales, direct client. At this time, I mean, there's no really other reason to work on that. And so this would be kind of like doing the minimal to, find paying clients, right? That's our goal, is to get a paying client. So we would want to not really focus on anything more than we need to be able to actually sign on a new client for doing work. So internal multimedia has a slightly different purpose, where the goal is really updating and interacting with the public, right? So we're supposed to be publicly accountable. Discord is really not doing the trick. We're really not able to meet our policies on Discord. So we have a bunch of different
Options.
um, websites that we're putting together. Oh, it's over here. And this is sort of like the order.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Um, all right, so we have these 8 different sites for our internal multimedia. So the first one is the team communications. Unfortunately, people aren't really using it. I don't know how to get people to use it, because we're basically stuck on Discord. So the team communications is like a new communications site. If we can't get people off of Discord, we could make policies that require us to copy and paste important communications on Discord and then post it on our team communications site so that it's more publicly visible. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Please. What's the platform for the team communication?
WordPress, right? These are all websites.
Okay, website. All right.
So if you go to the team .fqn.fun, the main focus here is really getting people to sign up and register. So you would go to the login registration, and then from the forms registration, so you go to the forms registration, you register, and then you can start using it. But if people are not going to use it, we could create policies that require us to copy important communications from anywhere on any platform and then post it here so that we are following our policies. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's sort of like step one. So this is unlimited frequency. Anytime we can post here whenever we want to. The next one is for our notes, right? So we're always taking notes. We actually be able to post our notes online. So this one we've actually already started. We can do unlimited here, and during sessions, we're just constantly updating all of our notes and what's going on. This is very, very raw, very unfiltered. The same thing with our communications. Our communications are raw, unfiltered, right?
Yeah.
The posts and info, right? So in terms of, you could call it
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
did we lose somebody? We lost Nemo. Oh, is he back?
Oh,
Yeah, you're back. Okay. Okay. So those are the note updates. The next is the topic update. So for example, this topic would get an update. Every single topic would get a summary update, right? And this would happen at the end, during/end of each topic, right? And this would be the beginning of a summary, right? So
right.
for example, let's take topic 2. So topic 2 is pretty fast, not a lot happened. Maybe the topic summary would be something like, quickly reviewed our options for external income generation and agreed to prioritize multimedia and client outreach, right? So that would be a summary for topic 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So it's very short, it's simple, but straightforward, but it's the beginning of a summary. It's getting something that's a little bit more publicly viewable. Then for our decisions and our policies, right? So decisions, every time we have a decision right now, we copy and paste it to the decisions channel, right? Which is where we have and store all of our decisions. This is a terrible place to do that. So in the future, we can still copy and paste the decisions channel, but we are also going to be pasting all of our decisions onto our decisions site. And the same thing with all of our policies. We're going to be updating our policies as needed. So this would be very polished information on policies. And then this would be the raw decisions from session notes. Okay.
Okay.
Then session updates at the end of every session, right? So this would be the end of every session. We do a summary for all the topics together. So this would be a summary, basically, with the highest outcomes from the session, right? So maybe today we have, 3 topics. Maybe we just do 3. Maybe we do 4 topics. It doesn't matter. But then at the end of the session, we say, okay, this is what we actually accomplished during the session, right? So an easier thing would be, okay, we had our contentious session. Each topic of the contentious session would have a little mini
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
All right, quick stretch.
Oh, oh, oh.
All right. So as I was saying, every single topic, every single session. So for example, our contentious session, right? So if we do an example session for contentious session that we just had, so this was Andromeda hour 2, we could say something like, the session was slow, but we did accomplish finally organizing all of our top issues as a team and started addressing the most important issues, including, and then we would list the issues. And then we would also have a picture of the priorities list, which is actually quite pretty. You can see all the lists, where everyone voted. If the public sees that, they're going to be like, wow, these people are very professional. Look at this voting, right? Look at this priority list. I mean, this is not something that comes out of just a random group of people, right?
Yeah.
So that would be like a session update, right? You take the best information of the session, and then that would go on our session updates.fcon.fun site, right? And that would be at the end of every session. So typically we would only have a certain number of sessions per day, 3-4 sessions a day. The maximum probably would be 8 sessions, right? So it's very important to understand that these session summaries would actually be very organized, right? So then we take all of the 3 or 4 sessions we had in a day, And then we would do a daily update that would just be at the end of the half day. So this would either be Sonic or like Zuri or something like that, right? And then you make the top summary of the best outcomes for the day, right? So every day we summarize all of our sessions. So we look at all our session summaries and we're like, okay, this is the best thing that happened today. And we summarize that all into one, and then we post that on our daily updates. So basically, you would have every 3 daily updates, you would look at all 3 daily updates, and you would do your week update, right? So your week updates, you would do 1 or 2 a week. So you're either doing it at the end of
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So you're doing your weekly updates either at the full new quarter moon, or maybe a half week update in the eighth moon if you have something really important. And though this would be our highest level, most organized professional summaries and updates about the team, right? So you can see how our model for updates and multimedia is that basically we go toward from unlimited, raw, unfiltered information and updates, and it slowly gets more and more organized until we have very polished, basically newsletter level weekly updates about what is the most important things that happened this week that the public should know about. And then those would go out to the furthest level in our social media, which means it goes to the most social media accounts. The most people would see our most organized, well-structured summaries. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what's so cool about this is that once we start actively, and we already have all the policies written, we just haven't approved them. So we just need to fix the sites, which shouldn't take that much longer. Start everything, get it organized, then we can approve the policies. Once we get this going, when we get it active and functional, this would just be the template for all of our other outreach in efforts, right? So every single update would start in our team, and then as it evolves and gets more important and prioritized, then it can go out to our client work, right? So everything starts as a team update within our team, and then as we perfect it, then it goes out to another website or another social media or another direction for our client work, right? So basically our internal multimedia becomes our client multimedia. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because anytime, because everything has a category. So in our internal multimedia, we update everything, right? But then if something's just categorized, okay, this is client, this is part of SVG, then it would just once it goes out on our multimedia, it would just automatically be synced with that organization's multimedia as well, right? So our team would be overseeing multimedia for many other organizations that we would get paid for. And as we create our own multimedia, anything that's related to another organization would just get automatically sent to and posted to that particular multimedia channels as well. So it'll be very easy. All we have to do is just categorize something. If it's
Time for
categorized,
breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
if it's categorized as something more than just our internal team, then it automatically would get sent to that additional multimedia channel and website and or social media or whatever, right? So that it just basically creates an automated model and system for as many organizational multimedia systems that we want to be overseeing, right? But we want to start with our own team and build fundraising in value for our own team first and foremost. Okay,
Okay.
does that make sense as far as like the model and what we're going for?
Yes. I just have a question.
Yeah, please. Questions are excellent.
Great. So we're talking about multimedia, internal and external, and we're talking about social media platforms,
Yeah,
etc.
all the social media would just like, I don't know how much experience you have with WordPress, but basically anything we post on WordPress will automatically go out to all of our social media platforms. So we just focus on
Yes.
WordPress and it's automatically synced with everything else.
Yes. So what my question is, what audience are we looking at?
What?
What what audience are we looking at? Who are the audience we are
Targeting.
targeting? Because when we talk about people coming to read that and we're expecting to make money, I believe one of the ways we're expecting to make money is by people visiting the site, and also maybe people um, getting us to do work for them, and all of that. And we're talking about updating these platforms with these informations that we have, which is actually originating from our own company. So my question is, what kind of um, information are we going to send out that is going to draw the interest of people? Because at the end of the day, excuse me, it boils down to what kind of information and how many people are interested in these informations that we are sending out to them.
I mean, I think that there's two things going on here. One is our multimedia policies, right? And then the other one is targeted, you know, niche advertising, right? So
Okay.
as far as our client work,
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
as far as our client work, for the social value group in getting clients and doing a targeted advertising campaign for the social value group, right? We are looking for community leaders, social entrepreneurs, individuals who are wanting to create or are actively creating new either nonprofits, social programs, not-for-profits, community organizations, anything and everything that is like good for the for humanity and good for people or whatever, right? That we're looking for leaders, people who are actively engaged in building organizations. These are the hardest organizations to build, the ones that they have the least resources, the smallest budgets, the most difficult, goals and missions that are very, very challenging to accomplish. And so they have the highest potential for failure. Those are the groups that we are looking for. Okay?
Good.
That's our niche market. That's who we want to engage with, and we want to
Okay.
help them succeed and be successful. And because we know we have the tools that can make sure that, if the idea is good, we will make sure it's successful. We've done it many times before. We can do it many times again. All right. So it's a very small percentage of the population that is even willing to create an organization, let alone a social organization that's not about making money, right? So
Mhm.
there's not a lot of people out there who are doing the type of work that we're looking for. But at the same time, the type of work and person that we're looking for, they basically have nowhere else to go, right?
Sure.
So if we're
Sure.
offering them support and we're willing to work with them, they are going to be very interested in finding us. Okay.
Sure.
Mm,
Yeah.
Sure.
mm,
So in the context of the other side of the picture, which is our own team, the internal multimedia, we have a very specific and clear policy that states that when we engage with social media, when we engage with platforms and the systems of our society, that we do not compromise our own core values. Like we are 100% against changing our behavior to meet algorithm needs and to meet the needs of, for example, platform-based systems and money-based systems. We are going to run our organization based on what we know we need to do. So I can send
Time to
you
take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
I can send you the information about the about our multimedia policies, but the purpose of our internal multimedia systems really has nothing to do with targeting anyone. It's really just for ourselves. We just want to organize our own information and meet our own internal policies that all of our information needs to be, one, publicly searchable and online on our websites and social platforms, and two, that it's organized and clear and tells a story, right? When we do storytelling, storytelling is a core foundational component of our values, right? When we tell our story, people can engage with it and read about it and learn about it. So if you think about it, our primary market of our internal multimedia is ourselves. It's our own internal membership. It's our existing members, our existing workers, our potential volunteers, the people who've already been involved, the people who've already donated, the people who are our current clients, the people who are, it's basically our own community, all the board members, the Legion, right? That is who we want to engage with. And anybody else who gets involved because of it is bonus. That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
So
it
do you
does.
understand? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so our internal multimedia systems are for us, right? They're there to support our existing systems, right? Like we want to support our sessions, we want to support our team communications, we want to support our topics and our decisions, our policies, our sessions, and our daily and weekly updates so that we know what's going on and that we actually meet the policy of being publicly accountable and that other people know too. All right, so that is the model. That's what it's for, and I'm pretty sure we can accomplish it. We just have to do some work. We are over time here, so I'm going to do a little policy training on going over time. So
Actually, I thought about the time thing because, but your screen is not showing, so I don't know where we are in terms of the
you should have
time.
a timer yourself. We should all be doing our own time tracking because so we're going over time from multimedia. All right. So, anyways, we should go back to our focus and topic. So I think that was a really good overview. I think you guys understand the difference in relationship better between internal multimedia and client multimedia. I believe we are at an hour and a half now. Double check. Yes, we're at an hour and a half. To wrap up, we could do another topic. It'd probably be our last topic. I think what we did not cover in the multimedia is our goals and next. Well, I think we covered our goals, but we did not cover next steps. So maybe we should do a quick multimedia, just quick next steps, right?
So we should take a break first before doing that.
Yes. We want to take a break and then maybe do quick next steps for our multimedia because we did cover a lot with the multimedia,
Mhm.
but we didn't talk about what needs to be worked on next. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's do that, and then after that we can do our wrap up, and then we'll be done. All right. So 5 minute break. We come back. Quick next steps on our multimedia, and then we'll move on from there.
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
All right, I am back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so we're gonna go. Let's solve this topic 3.1. We're gonna stay in topic 3, and we're gonna go into next steps. Okay. So next steps for multimedia. So let's cover SVG. So for SVG, we had we need to work a little on the website. So this would be a responsibility and website updates, right? Updates. The responsibilities we make orange. We need to create an ad or campaign. That also sounds like some type of responsibility. So this would be ad campaign, right? So some type of ad campaign coordination that we would be doing. We would follow up with potential clients. So this also would be a responsibility as part of our follow-up. And this also involves client sales or scope writing and contracts, right? So that is a responsibility that probably would be mine. I would also be involved in some of the website updates. Decide where to do advertising. So this is a task. So this is more like a topic on options for social media or other advertising. Examples could be Facebook. LinkedIn, I think, might be a really good spot to do, or other social media. So that would be a task. So it's really just a one-time thing. And then we might need to set up social media accounts. So obviously social media accounts.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So this would be like an umbrella responsibility. What is umbrella? This one? No. All right. Anyways, I can't remember the umbrella responsibility, but anyways, I'll just go like that. So for an umbrella responsibility, there would be a separate responsibility for each social media account. So every social media account is its own separate responsibility. For lack of this. Okay. So these would be the next steps for SVG. And then so for internal multimedia, obviously we need to finish setting up the sites. We have 8 sites. No, yeah, 8 sites. So if we did the status, the team site, I mean, this is like basically done. The note site is done. The topics updates are not done. Decisions, almost done. Policies, almost done. Session updates, not done, not done, not done, right? So, so I mean, it's not a lot of work to do these. So let's say 1 to 2 sessions, right? So finalize. So this is websites updating. Well, in this case, it would be just like WordPress site, WordPress site updating. It's sort of same difference, but they're slightly different. And I would say this would be, 2 to 3 sessions. So that would take a little while, but not too bad. And we can, but the cool thing is we can get started each one of these, right? So the other task that needs to happen here is get workers to sign up for our communication site, right? This is very, very important. And this site is the team.fqn.fun. Another thing we could do for team.fqn.fun is we can, improve the responsibility training, or create task training, right? We could do task training for this. I don't know if that's really a responsibility, or we'll call it a responsibility. So this is like the coordination of the workers.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Right. So from here, we just need to approve the policies, approve the policy proposals. So the proposals already exist, right? So proposals already done and exist. I mean, are they perfect? No, but they're good enough. So it would be very easy to just prioritize them in a session and get them voted and approved on. But I feel like the proposals are kind of meaningless without the functional sites. So we could easily, if we focus and prioritize multimedia, we could get our sites, 2 to 3 sessions could easily be done in a week, right? So in 1 week, we could have all the sites up, get all of our policies passed, and get this team using all of our sites and start actively updating the public. Oh, that's the last thing, is actually creating social media accounts, right? So obviously that goes back to the same one from before, the social media. So basically in a week or two, we could be actively engaging with the public every single day, every single week, with all of our updates and activities, what's going on, and it could be very organized, very professional. And again, the main reason for our multimedia is that once we get a client, once we get a donor, once we get someone actively engaged and involved with us, the multimedia keeps them engaged. It keeps them coming back. It keeps them updated. It keeps them knowing that we're professional, that their money is going somewhere. And so then they're going to tell their friends, right? So it's very important. Like, if all we do is ask for money and they give us money and they never hear from us ever again, they never see any updates ever again, and they never know what we're doing ever, they're never going to give us more money, and they're never going to tell anyone else about us. Okay? So in some ways, all of our fundraising, all of our client outreach, everything that we want to do is sort of pre-dependent on our team having the basic functionality of our own multimedia. And it's not even that much more work, because I've done so much work on this already, setting this all up for basically years, if not decades. And even in the last 6 months, we have, really set up the entire model. It's all ready to go. Like, we could easily be bringing in thousands of dollars a month of client invoicing within, I mean, I don't think it's going to be weeks, but it'll probably be like 1, 2, 3 months max if we just
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So we could get our multimedia done in just a few weeks if we just get focused on it, and then we could be having money coming in a few months. So does that understand in terms of what exactly the tasks and responsibilities are?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. And then just to remind people, we kind of just take all of our tasks and responsibilities, and this would go into our priority work tab. So we can keep track of all of that.
Okay.
So, anyways, I think we're done with the multimedia topic. I mean, if there are questions, this is the time to ask. That's all the assigned work. The other thing that you do when you have priority work is you copy the priority work and we put that into the normal work list. So this would be what we call normal work. And then we have all of that listed in our Discord now, right? So is there any specific priority that you all would like to take on, or do we want to schedule more? I think we're kind of ready to go into wrap up here. So, basically the goal of going through all of this is that maybe there's interest in working on it. And these are the actual responsibilities that can be worked on so that when we schedule in the future, instead of scheduling generally on multimedia, we want to be scheduling on website updating, setting up the ad campaign, finishing the WordPress sites, updating the communications, getting our social media accounts. Like the focus and the topic should be on the actual responsibilities.
Okay. Hmm.
And then this would all be part of our multimedia systems. I always forget all these things. Can't find multimedia. Anyways, that any of these responsibilities or tasks, I think we are done, right?
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up,
Right.
and stretch and move around.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just getting silent. So I think that answer is no. So, I mean, in the future, maybe scheduling silent work, I can work on it. You guys work on other things or do training or whatever.
Can you hear
But
me?
remember, yeah,
Okay.
what's that?
No, go ahead. I just want to. I was saying yes, but you said it was
You were saying
silent.
yes? Okay, what do you want to work on? I'm getting
Sorry, say
silent.
sorry. Say that again.
I was just asking you what do you want to work on?
I was supposed to work on. Okay, you mean for the multimedia?
Yeah,
Um, what are the tasks available?
we just went over all the tasks and the responsibilities in detail.
Jules,
Did
yeah.
you not hear it? Did you hear it
Yes.
or see the?
Yeah, I can see it. Approve the policy proposals, communications, coordination, improve the responsibility training, task training, social media account. I would actually like to set up social media account.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So in a future session, we can prioritize social media. We're going to need to know where we want to prioritize social media and what type of accounts we want to set up, and then we need to
Mm-hmm.
start syncing to our WordPress site so that we can start posting. So when basically once we sync everything, we're going to post on the WordPress site, and then it'll automatically sync and go to the social media. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, let's definitely do that. Let's get focused on the social media. Let's make sure that we're getting it all organized, and that's like obviously just one component, but a very important component. It's kind of like the end, like kind of jumping to the end, and getting the end part set up, and then going back. We'll go back again from there to all of the sites and getting them set up correctly.
Yeah.
But I think the
Yeah.
direction that I'm going is just basically Facebook, and I don't know if we want to do active Twitter or something else, or I don't know. We'll have to. There's so many different options, so we need to research and think about what types of social media we want to do. We could just do Facebook and only do one,
Facebook
or we
and
could do.
LinkedIn, because
Time to pause.
the kind
Please
of people
stop.
we're looking
Close
for
your
is
pocket.
like we're looking
Count
at
1, 2, 3, 4,
is
5.
LinkedIn,
Open
on
garage.
LinkedIn, companies and all of that.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe we want to try to figure out a LinkedIn model. And then from there, we need to think about, do we want to create a group, a page? What type of options on the platform are available to sync with WordPress, right? So I know it's possible to sync everything. It's just a matter of, because every platform is a little different and how it can work with WordPress.
Hmm.
Obviously, Facebook, Twitter are the easiest. LinkedIn's going to be a little more difficult, but definitely doable. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, any other last questions? Otherwise, I think we're ready to go into wrap up.
Nothing from me now. For now. I'm looking for the
All right.
scheduling link. Team schedule.
What you're looking for?
No, I've seen it. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, I have it.
Mm.
So right now I'm going through our income value. So we always start with our view up, wrap up, um, setup. Also, I like to start with like just our general. So this is Cobalt. So we're ending up, I believe, with 3 hours, 2 hours.
2 hours.
It's gonna be Cobalt hour two, and it's gonna be 2 hours. Um, so this is the line number. So for Cobalt is right. All right. First, client coordination.
Client. Yeah.
Client coordination is line 190. And then we've got Cobalt. So Cobalt is line 18.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So if all you do is Cobalt line 18, you will still get paid, right? You're not
Hmm.
required to track every detail of all the different things, but it's still good. So you have our communications and you have RTVA coordination. So here we would do, this is line 47. So RTVA communications is line 31. RTVA
Line
coordination, line 1.
line 41 is executive team board bouncing. If I'm correct.
What is it? Line what?
41. Line 41 is executive team and board bound council or
No, but
something.
we're not. That would be like an executive session, which we're not having. That's not what this is.
Yes. So um, maybe you want to review what you just said.
I
For
never wrote line 41. I want the wrap up tab. You want to go to the wrap up tab? Are you in the wrap up tab?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So then Multimedia is 995. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably a half an hour of setup at least, maybe even longer, maybe even 0.75 because we spent an entire half hour at the beginning getting set up. We didn't actually get into our group until afterwards.
Ooh.
So then what?
No, go ahead. Just tired.
Yeah, totally. Our multimedia was, I don't know, let's see, an hour maybe? No, it could have been an hour, maybe a half hour.
Yes.
I think for it
How,
didn't
40,
spend very long.
40 minutes? I think 40
Well,
minutes.
we should average averages. You don't have to be exact. So I did not do any communications, RTA coordination.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Was Gloria still here?
I want to think so.
So maybe we did client coordination for half an hour, and then we did multimedia for half an hour. I don't know, but that
Mhm.
adds up to 2 hours. I think that's about correct. Okay, we got
Okay.
clarity on our next step already. Let's see how it works. And then we do our hyper evaluation. So scheduling, I mean, I don't think anything's scheduled for Sonic. Obviously, we have a lot of problems with our TVA. It's obviously not happening. We don't have anyone who's coordinating our TVA for tomorrow, which means that my expectation is there will be no RTA tomorrow, right?
We I hope, I don't know. I don't know. I am to back up Ate, and I tried getting her today, but she hasn't responded to the message I had sent. So I'm hoping probably before the day runs out, she'll be able to respond, and we'll know. I'll try reaching
But
out to her again.
what are you expecting the response to be? Because like as deputy, you should be assuming that no one's doing the work unless they say they are doing the work, right?
Yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe because we still have some hours to the actual work time. So
Yeah, we
um,
have basically. But this is for Atlantic for tomorrow, or what time? What is it for tomorrow?
it's
Atlantic or Pacific?
is Pacific. That's West. Um, yeah, is for West. Sorry. It's for West Atlantic Quadrant. Hydra
Okay, so it's
Androm.
Atlantic. So for Atlantic, I mean, basically we have an hour to get prepared. Otherwise, it's not going to happen, right? So
Hmm.
either people need to step up and do the preparation to be organized now for tomorrow. Otherwise, we just need to go for uh, Pacific, or even go for the next day after that. So I really think we should prioritize something on the plan, right? Like we need to have a plan for how we're going to address the RTVA. The RTVA is a huge problem. It's not happening. There's no reason it's not happening. It's just like people aren't following through with the assigned work.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Hmm. Um, I'm still trying to get hang on this, and I believe that when I'm able to get a hand on it, I'll be able to come up with um, viable solutions to see how to get people to do this. But I also thought of something.
Mhm.
I don't know. Have we ever tried a departmental segmentation here to see if it can work?
What do you mean? You
What
mean like hierarchy more people and separate teams. Like
Mhm.
we only have one team because we don't have money to hire more people.
Yeah, so what that means is, I mean, with the people we have, if two people are in one team, the idea is that they focus on particular jobs and particular tasks, that are assigned to that team, and then that team comes in, does that work till the end to see that it comes up, and if anything goes wrong, you can hold that team responsible, and that team will definitely have a team head or a departmental head, and that person is responsible for making sure that those tasks are done, those tasks are completed. And if we hire people, we hire people into those departments or teams, and they are responsible for training those people, to get to do what they're doing. So the idea is that it will definitely, work that is done on a daily basis, like repeatedly, the same, that same team, they will definitely get it, a hand on it, and they may be able to, they'll be able to deliver an aid more efficiently.
Yeah. So I mean, we've tried to do that in the past, and it's just it always has failed. There's just no accountability. There's no follow through on it. And so
We
what
won't.
we call that is we
Mhm.
call that a P team, right? So
PT.
a P team is a project team, right? So our
Okay.
most important P team. So if you go to our if you go to Discord and you go into our worker communications, you can see the most important P team. So there's the core team as our actual team, right? Then you've got the evaluation P team, the AGC P team, the value P team. So the value P team is responsible for our reimbursements, our payroll, our budget, and equity and value systems. And so that would be the value coordinator is the head of the value P team. The problem is that nobody can take on their own team and follow through with the work and be accountable to themselves. It's just not happening. So and there's no ability to hire enough people for the value P team to be functional. Another example would be the AGCP team. So the AGCP team is basically the department that oversees all of the taxes, government compliance, the bills, just like dealing with all the finances. That would be AGC, which stands for Accounting and Government Compliance, right? AGC.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's why we have an AGC coordinator, right?
Mhm.
So again, the problem is that we just simply don't have enough capacity to be functional. I mean, even with just like you're the deputy coordinator, your responsibility is simply to coordinate the RTVA schedule and make
Mhm.
sure we're following through. I mean, even that we don't have capacity for yet. Right? So for me, my recommendation is just to focus on your coordinator work and then
Mhm.
empower others to focus on their coordinator work and try to get the work moving forward because right now we're not getting any work done at all. Like we'll see what happens tomorrow. The session today was minimal to say the least, but we need to move something forward. And I would say the most important thing to move forward is the RTVA work, right?
Mhm.
Because that's what we are on pay stop for the most. Like why? I mean, if you wanted to, you could schedule every day for RTVA and just do all the sessions, and then it would be done. I mean, we only have to do 2 a week. It's not even that difficult, right?
Mhm.
So one person could easily do it. The problem is we hire 8 people and no one still does it, right? So we have to figure out how to get off of pay stop for RTVA and stay
If
focused for
okay,
RTVA.
what if
You know,
I, what if I, okay, so what if I were to, like you just said, focus on RTVA, do it every single time I come in, spend hours on it. I don't
I
know.
mean, you
I
don't
mean,
spend hours on it. It's not that difficult, but that's your position. That is what you're hired to do is to first and foremost get RTVA set up, organized, and functional. That's what you're hired to do. You are the deputy coordinator for the RTVA. That's what
okay.
you're hired.
Okay. So I
So,
think it
but
just, it still boils down on getting a hang on it.
Yeah, the most important thing is basically you're going to want a positions sheet. You're going to want to have your work organizing spreadsheet for the RTVA, and then we want to work on it together and get it organized and coordinated. So for me, if there's still not clarity,
And 4 o'clock. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
if there's still not clarity on exactly what needs to happen, then maybe the best priority to move forward is, and we could put this on next steps, would be the RTVA coordination, right? Because
Okay.
if
I
it's
think.
not clear what we're doing and what's going on, that we need to get organized, we need to get coordinated. We talked about the plan to end the RTVA pay stops. I think the plan is really, really important to have a plan.
Mhm.
Um, but if nobody wants to coordinate the plan and actually organize the plan, then it's not going to go anywhere. So we need to maybe go into RTVA coordination and really have clarity on, what is a general coordinator, how does coordination function, and how are we going to move forward with getting
Yes.
RTVA coordinated and organized.
Can we schedule
Because
that for
right
tomorrow?
now we're just not meeting. I mean, we haven't done anything on RTVA since Sandra, right?
Okay.
Yes, of
Okay.
course we can schedule it tomorrow.
Yes, please. I mean, we can schedule that tomorrow. Um, Let me see.
So Sandra did a pretty good job, and that was Monday, Tuesday. So that was 2 days ago. And then everything else since then has been not successful. So today was Tuesday, Wednesday. Why was I communicating with Ate? Why is Ate missing from the schedule? It's so weird.
I tell you, is 15th, 15th, 16th, and that's when I was back. I'm supposed to back her up. Um, Please, can we? I want to schedule for tomorrow again so that I can. I really want to get a hang on this. I really want to get a hang on this. So
Yeah, I
if
think it
we,
could turn everything around. If we can get our RTVA organized and functional, I think it could turn the whole team around and get us all working together because, you know, I'm not functional the way that we're working either, right? It's just a mess.
yeah.
So a proposed proposal VA session for Wednesday, Thursday, Hydra. So that would be Wednesday, Thursday, tomorrow. No, today, Hydra. Oh, she was covering for Joyce. That was it.
Oh,
So Atea was trying to cover for Joyce. So we'll give her 55%. Lucy didn't happen at all. So Lucy, we're going to go ahead and say is 0. And then Lucy also probably needs to do policy training.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So then tomorrow Atlantic is basically, oh no, today, Wednesday, Thursday is 0. So Sandra was supposed to do today, which didn't happen, right?
can we
So that
schedule?
is done. And then that brings us to tomorrow. We're basically saying that that's not going to happen. And
Are
that
we?
means the next one that would be scheduled would be Friday, Saturday, Mamoon, and Benjamin.
Yeah. So can we? Can you and I do it? Are you available to do it so that I can watch you do it and then try to pick up from there?
I mean, I can't really do it because I would have to do it to myself. Because the whole point of
Okay.
the RTVA shift, the RTVA process is to communicate with me, right?
Okay. Okay.
So you can read, if you read through the RTVA deputy responsibility, you can see how other people have done it. You can see the most recent one was Sandra. Sandra was very, very successful. She did a lot of it by, asynchronously. So you can just like read through the RTVA deputy channel and you can see a lot of what people have done.
Okay.
And then just, make sure you're reading through the and just go one step at a time, right? Like your number one step is by far, like, this also includes all the other new recruits. is getting your training organized. Like you need to have self-driven responsibilities. Without self-driven responsibilities, everything is basically dead on arrival, right? So
Okay.
we need to get the training organized. You need to have videos and assignments for your training so that you can have that ready when you're going into an executive VA session. So, uh, for example, I could assign you 5 tasks right now that are all very easy tasks, like your tax forms and, training on work organizing and work responsibly organizing. These are all simple things. We have videos for them that you can do them right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
my and you probably would want to go, you love watching videos, you love doing training, you love learning about things, and you would have to prevent yourself from doing it because you could do it all one day, right? You could easily, quickly watch a bunch of videos, do a bunch of training really, really fast. But you want to do the opposite of that because you want to save your tasks in your training for when you have an RTVA session. You always want to have some sort of self-driven responsibility. You don't want to complete all your work and have nothing for your RTVA session. Does that make sense?
Time for breath. Please
Yes.
stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So you only have to have one responsibility that you learn how to do that you can bring to a session. And it shouldn't take longer than like a day or two to learn one responsibility, like, the voting forms or, storytelling or, payroll or whatever. I mean, there's so many different things that you could work on that shouldn't be very difficult to learn. Once you learn how to do it, then you'll have your own self-driven responsibilities that you can bring to the VA sessions. Okay.
Okay.
But for now, the easiest way to start is just with your training. So your training and your training videos. So for example, if we got organized on RTVA and the coordination, there's a whole bunch of work that you could work on just learning and coordinating RTVA. That would be a self-driven responsibility. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So just keep communicating asynchronously and we'll keep going over it and we can schedule tomorrow. I mean, we're to have a main session tomorrow. So if we finish the main session quickly and early, then maybe we could do COBOL again. All right.
Okay. Okay. Great.
If the main session goes too long, basically more than 2.5 hours, then Cobalt becomes very difficult. So you're going to be you're going to want to try to prioritize us ending the main session and getting focused on the work. All right.
Yeah. So just a question. So if I study, for example, using my daytime over here to study these things, I can still track those hours, right?
You are required to, and if you do not track that time, you need to do policy training.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And then you're also supposed to be scheduling with other old rule workers during the day, and you guys should have buddy team sessions and be doing work when at any time that you want to. You should even be able to be doing your training together and working with each other and supporting each other, right? All of that can happen at any time. So the
Got it.
main issue with the training is just getting the training organized and making sure people are clear on exactly what they're supposed to be doing, one training at a time. So that's where the prioritization with me would come in, and then getting that organized for all future trainings, which is always more harder than just doing the training yourself. It's always going to be harder to organize the trainings for future recruits.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But that's the job. So, anyways, I think we're good. We're making progress one step at a time. Just remember, let's see if you guys did your hyper check-ins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
you
I
guys
did.
did your hyper check-in. So just remember to do your hyper checkouts or your hyper evaluations. They're actually evaluations for the session, which is in the wrap up. Only I've done it so far. And then unless there's any other questions, I think we're good. And I got to get going, and we'll check in again tomorrow unless someone wants to schedule for Sonic. So Oh, actually,
Okay.
tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. I like this session. It was good. So I will talk to you all soon.